I have my March Madness analytics glasses on. Um, would like to say was feeling very chat GPT-ish on that fateful day. Sitting with also friend of the pod, John. Uh, sitting with him and Sam Alioto, shouts out, friend of the pod.
No, that's
Uh, watching the game, and about 11 minutes through, I was like, this feels like a Duke choke game. No reason why, no rhyme or reason, but I was like, once John mentioned that, like, why are they going like prevent offense and like stalling with the ball with like about that much time left? I'm like, yeah, I mean, 15-point lead. It's just a little bit of seesaw in here, back and forth. Anything could happen. Then what? He misses that free throw at the line, dude, on UConn, and then they have to defend, and then they're not fouling. I'm like, oh, ball gets up to Caden Boozer. I'm like, that's game. Goes up, tip. I'm like, well, we've seen this story before.
Yeah.
sure.
Villanova-esque that pitchback just to get that little extra load up in. Mullins cashed that. And then also play before, I was like, this feels like a Caravan 3 coming up.
You saw
I,
it. You saw the
I was
play.
like, they need one. He swoops down. I'm like, oh, that's a pin down. Top, high left wing. I'm like, it's not recorded. I'm not getting updates, but here we are. It was a collapse, to say the least. And I don't think I texted you guys, I was like, I don't think I've seen anything like that in my life. Teams were 124-0, up 15 at half in March Madness history. It was, I mean, we could say that he could have held it. No 10-second call. Shire's pointing up. It's like, if that pass goes through, it's game.
Game.
He just has to not dribble at the trap and split it and not try and go over the top. He shouldn't feel bad at all. It's like, that's the play that's going to be replayed, but it's like they blew a 15-point lead. It's not like, it's going to be that's going to be replayed to hell. I feel bad for him. That interview after was so sad. But everything else about it was art. Seeing the Carlos Boozer close up of the oh shit. Pan over to UConn section, they just go ballistic. It's like that was cinema. Absolute cinema. It was
Very much. No, man, absolute cinema. And at first, for me, the Saturday games for the Elite Eight were a little underwhelming. You had Illinois kind of handle business against Iowa, and definitely saw Arizona take care of business against, who they playing? They beat Arkansas.
Purdue
in the Elite Eight. Purdue, yes. So take care of business against Purdue. And so Sunday, we are kind of like needing that March Madness feel. And the UConn Duke game was like heroin in veins, man. Okay,
the line is for you now.
Look, I'm just saying. I'm not saying
that's wrong. He's not wrong. That was rock.
It was like crack in the 80s. It hit the streets and it really took off. So,
changed the game, man.
Look, It was a crazy game. It was absolutely a Duke choke job. The still shot of John Shire's face is like burned into the back of my brain now because he has the absolute reaction of I just fucked up.
He looks like a sad SNL character, like going through like the range of like all bits of grief. He went through every moment right there.
Went through the full moment, and then of course Michigan blew the doors off of. Now I'm forgetting all these teams. Yes. So Michigan goes with a blowout too, but that UConn Duke game absolutely just 10 out of 10 for what you look for in March. Very interested to see what that does for UConn against Illinois in the Final Four. Because you usually have examples of this in history where teams come off these crazy, crazy highs of winning these types of games, and then the next game is a straight letdown. I don't think UConn is wired that way, but very interested to see how that leads into the Final Four.
They shot piss poor. I mean,
terrible.
Like so if they do, they know that they can come back from having they won't. Knock on wood. I'm sure he's saying law of averages, but do they shoot like that twice in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched the game from the beginning, right? And so Duke pulls away, and I'm kind of like, I don't trust Duke, but I don't feel like sitting here watching this entire game. So I started watching the episode of Your Honor because that's what
I
me and
thought
Morgan binging right
you
now.
went to go watch the Brewers highlights.
But I'm watching because first of all, I'm trying to keep up with my bracket, see how my bracket doing, right? But I'm keeping up with the score, so I'm trying to pay attention. I'm like, okay, 15 minutes left. Okay, so the 10-point lead. Okay, about 7 minutes left. 10-point lead. 4 minutes left. 7-point lead. Okay, 3 minutes left. 5-point lead. Oh yeah, it's time to tune back in. It's about to get live. So I tune back in. So I'm watching the last 3 minutes, and to y'all point, I'm like, I feel it. I don't know. This doesn't feel confident. I don't feel like Duke has this in the bag. I do not feel it. But UConn is shooting terribly. I'm like, I haven't seen them shoot a rock in the ocean at this point. So I don't know what's gonna happen. But those last two plays really is what does it for me. Seeing that play for Caravan, like seeing that play develop the whole way through, I'm like, they need it. This will be the time for him to come through. He comes through. I said, oh, yeah, now it's a game. And I think it was to y'all point, Duke kind of stalling and crazy because Cameron
Boozer got that hook. Boozer got that hook.
yeah, I'm gonna say Cameron Boozer had a great game, and Caden Boozer for the most part like had a really good game as well. So it was hard because I'm like, I think Duke is doing what they're supposed to do to win. You didn't see foot on the gas, you didn't see foot on neck, but it didn't necessarily give that they were going to give the game away. And I still don't really felt like they gave it away. I really feel like UConn just took advantage of the moments they had and truly stole it. But no, that break, it's funny. So I'm watching the game with Morgan, and mind you, like new basketball fan. So she's getting into it. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't even want to watch the full game. I turned the game on. She was like, do we have to do this today? I'm like, yes, it's the one game to watch.
Thank you
But
to Happy International Women's Month. Shouts out.
you hear me? So we turned the game back on, but now we both locked in, right? So the press break is happening, and when the turnover happened, we both was like, "Uh-oh!" Like literally, we both sit up. We like, "Oh, wait a minute!" The shot goes up. I said, "Oh my god, I think it's green." Oh my goodness, this looks like it's gonna be cash. All net. I said, we literally both got up, yelled. My roommate came from the back, like, "What y'all yelling for?" I said, "Watch the replay." Played the replay. He said, "Oh." He said, "That's it." I said, "That's it." I said, that's it. He said, point three. Ain't nothing else they can do. It's over. But for it to happen to Duke again, I think the tough part is seeing Duke have so much talent and then have these opportunities in the tournament where it's like, I don't know if you can blame anybody per se, but it's just they cannot get over this hump of that like Elite Eight or even Final Four. Like they can't get to the mountaintop of the championship game, it seems, even with all the talent that they've had. So that game definitely provided, I think, the spark or the madness that we had probably been looking for in that weekend. Because even to all y'all's point, I was going to try to look back at like the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight, but none of the games, I mean, Purdue and Texas had a close game, but a lot of the games were relatively lopsided or decided relatively early from the Sweet 16 and even into the Elite Eight. So that Duke UConn game really was kind of the saving grace of the weekend from a standpoint of entertaining games. And it definitely delivered. But yeah, what a time. And I mean, I think I don't think I'm not surprised that all number ones didn't make it. I think between Michigan and Arizona, I think their brackets just I won't say made it easy, but they also just played extremely well and didn't play down the competition. Duke definitely probably had one of the toughest roads. Like they had to go through St. John's. They would have had to go through, UConn. So they had a tougher road. And I think Illinois is just a surprise, kind of. I mean, even as a 3 seed, I don't know if anybody had them going to the Final Four per se, but what a weekend is shaping up to be.
I'd like to. I think Kaden could have just like even dribbled it out, right, or something.
Take the foul.
Yeah, take the foul and go knock down some free throws.
You up?
It wasn't. Yeah.
But see, also, it's like continue before.
No, I was just saying there wasn't a need to be frantic and throw that ball up like that.
Yeah, I think it can be seen multiple ways. It's like hindsight's 2020, where it's like if that pass, if he gets it through, they dribble it out like we've seen countless teams do before. Like not to say that like advancing the ball is the worst strategy in the world. It's just that like he could have went to the line, missed both. They send it, shot goes up. We're having the same conversation that he should have free throws. So it's like, it's hard to say. It was just a beautifully hectic play. It was,
Best way to put it.
but
Yeah, for real.
like if you're Shire, you have a timeout to burn. If you're Shire, you need to prep them on. There's 10 seconds left. We don't need to cross half court. There is no rush to get it up. Like if there's a few more situationals that we understand, terrible moment in the algorithm. Get showed a Trey Jones play where Shire was talking to him, or was it Shire talking to him about it? Trey Jones had a play at the end of a game, threw it up in the air, and it was Shire telling him that he could have done that. And like, said Duke education. And then it's right after I see this exact play happen, and I'm like, oh man. Like if you, I feel like you could see a man die on screen, and it was John Shire. Like beautiful, if actors should watch that as a scene. There's like a range of like momentary hope of like, yes, yes, look up ahead. Turnover. Dang, shucks. Oh, get a hand up. And then as the shot's going up, shooters know. He was like, I'm in a moment, aren't I? Like, timeout. Like, if anyone can go just watch that cutout alone, it's so sad. It's honestly like really sad to look at his eyes at the end of it. It's like as the shot's going up, you know that he knows that like, damn, this is one of those plays.
Well, and he's saying so much without saying a word.
Oh my God, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Just like you can
Just every single expression on his face for like whatever that like the real life 30 seconds it is.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
It's so
Incredible
good.
to
It's
watch.
like you see what he says, like he says advance. Oh no, turnover. Get a hand up at least. Darn. Like it's like
And it's like
Yeah, there was no
you can feel
closeout
through
either.
the screen that he couldn't really let out the emotions that he wanted to.
Mhm.
But it's sitting right here.
He was
It's
like
right on his
both
chin.
of them. Both of them were coaching in micro movements that like they couldn't do anything. Like you can see Hurley almost flinch for a timeout when Caravan had it. He sees it go up and then he's in like a trance. And then he goes mano y mano with the ref. He says,
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to that Hurley point.
POV.
I'm gonna come back to that Hurley point. Two other things for UConn before I get to Hurley and before we segue in the final four picks. But first off, from the logo, nuts, crazy. But secondly, and almost more importantly, the pass by Kevin, the pass. He had every reason and probably would have had the green light to take that shot. And nobody probably would have been upset or really felt away. But the thought, the presence of mind, and the trust to say, I could shoot this, but he has room to step into something, and I'm gonna let my teammate let it fly.
Double low.
That pass, to not need to be the hero, to know that you already got your shot, and to understand in that moment, you know what? There's a better shot than this one I could take, even though this might be high percentage or considered a good shot for me. Let me give it to another teammate who ain't been shooting the rock in the ocean all damn game. Let it fly, and it's cash. So that was a beautiful moment as well. But then, yeah, with Hurley, watching Hurley's full reaction to everything, that might be the most hectic 15 to 20 seconds of seeing him be worried about the press break, get the steal, see the shot go up, the reaction, and the fact that he walked from the bench to, like, it was him reacting to, and I don't know if the ref just happened to be there in his path. I don't know if they had been talking previously and that was personal in some capacity, but all I know is I think he was ready to swing. That's all I saw. I feel like he would have been ready to swing.
I think
He came out and said that he was looking for someone to chest bump, and it just so happened to be
the ref, so he couldn't chest bump him. So I'm like,
I think he knows the ref at least well enough to be like,
yeah.
dog,
you saw
Like,
that.
what
you
now?
saw it.
You saw that.
You saw it. We here.
We saw that.
And he also knew just how close he could get without actually getting teed up.
Mhm.
That would
Which,
be
I
great.
mean, credit to him being mindful enough in that moment to like, okay, yeah, I'm fired up, but I'm also knowing how to toe the line. Like, credit to Dan Hurley, because there's a lot of coaches that might have lost themselves a game and gotten fired after something like that.
And shout out to that ref too. What I don't like is they're not allowing him to ref the Final Four. However, shout out to him too for not ruining the moment, because obviously that was a moment of celebration.
And that would have been crazy for
Yeah.
that to be called a tech for Duke to be able to come in and shoot too. Now, granted, a lot of things could have happened. Could have caught that tech. Duke could have went to the line, made one, missed both, type of deal. So a lot still could have happened. But to your point, Ashley, that would have been a blemish on the moment. It takes me back to 2 years ago, or was that last year? The Iowa UConn game. No, had to be 2 years ago. The Iowa UConn game where it got decided on that foul play.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Takes me back to that where
is that the Paige Buckers offensive foul game?
yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Takes me back to that where we were having that conversation then of, not letting the whistle, decide or define the game in that way. So to your point, I'm glad that the ref didn't take away that moment as well.